Hello and welcome to Understanding the Rainbow, Episode 3. I'm one of your hosts, Clint, and I'm joined by my wife and co-host.
Hi, my name's Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. So we've had all kinds of technical difficulties already, so we're going to jump right into this. This episode is on fluid sexuality.
Fluid sexuality.
So, fluid sexuality, for those of you that don't know, because I didn't know, because initially when we did the spin of choice last episode, we were confused as whether it was going to be fluid sexuality or fluid gender, but we decided we're going to do gender another day and we're going to do sexuality today. So,
Right.
if you can see just above me, there's a flag.
Yes.
It has a nice blue. It has a nice kind of other blue, and then another blue.
I like it.
Yeah, no, it's nice. I am a fan of the blue. So, the royal blue and lavender stripes acknowledge that fluid community members are proudly part of the bisexual community, the flag of which shares these same stripes. Turquoise is an acknowledgement of the pansexual pride flag, as well as the many bisexual, pansexual, fluid, and queer people who celebrate the power bisexuality has to set us free from binaries of gender and sexuality. So I got that from a quote, I am not coming out as bisexual. Um,
Okay. Um, okay, so we haven't gone to pansexual yet. Can you just give me a brief definition of what you know about that?
Pansexual to me, and this could be completely wrong because I haven't actually researched it fully. I believe pansexual means you are attracted to all colors, shapes, sizes, sexualities, genders, anything you can be attracted to.
Oh, okay. That's how everyone should be.
Right. Uh, so, for fluid sexuality, as far as getting into the definitions of what it is, it's a person who identifies as having a fluid sexuality. Their romantic and or sexual attraction changes over time. So, one of the points I wanted to make to this, and this was recalling episode 2 on lesbians, was we
Right.
talked about has-been lesbians, if you remember.
Yes.
And we had a lot of confusion over that as to how you could just kind of decide to migrate away from being who you are. But I think this kind of opens up a whole new spectrum here for us, that your sexuality can, in fact, probably will change a little over the course of your lifetime.
Okay.
So there was actually a study done and was published in a peer-reviewed journal of sex research. So they analyzed surveys from around 12,000 students and found that a substantial changes in attractions, partners, and sexual identity are common from late adolescence to the early 20s, and from there into people in their late 20s. The research said evolving and changing feelings about attraction indicate that sexual orientation development continues long past adolescence and into adulthood.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The results also showed distinct differences between men and women, with female sexuality being more fluid over time. Uh,
Okay, so the theory that I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for this, but they were born that way is incorrect? Is that what you're saying because it changes over time
yeah, I
or
mean, well, so according to this, you it can change. I don't know that it's drastically going to change. You know what I mean?
right?
It would be like, I don't know, like, I guess if you were gay and you realized you were gay, and then and kind of something that we'll kind of get into here a little bit in a second, is that you could maybe you find one woman attractive, or maybe you have a best friend who's a female and you can see yourself being sexually active with her, but you're still maybe into guys, but you would be fluid in that would try that one time. But then you may never, you may have an attraction to that woman because you're close to her, but then you change, maybe you lose touch with that person or whatever, and then you kind of go back to no, it's just I'm just into men or whatever.
Okay, so would you say that pretty much everyone can be like sexually fluid?
I think if most people were honest, yes. Now, when it says that most women, or sorry, most men, or sorry, when it says that men are less likely to be fluid, I don't.
Hmm.
If I had to put my opinion on it, I would say that's probably not true. But that men are less likely to admit to it, being
Right.
how society can, uh, can view that. Obviously, if like we discussed in lesbians, like if a woman goes out to a party and makes out with another woman, that's just haha, that's a good time. But if a man goes out to a party and makes out with another man, he's labeled as gay. And
Right.
right, so I think in that case, yes, I think probably most people in some way, shape, or form can be fluid, but
Right.
because I'm sure, like you said, in your case, like you find women attractive,
Yes.
and you may consider yourself straight, but you'd be willing to do stuff with a woman if the right woman came along, kind of thing.
So would I be like sexually fluid? Like I feel like every single
I th-
topic now it's
I
gonna be
know.
me.
I think you could. I mean, you could, but I don't know. I don't know if it would mean that you're actively trying to do it either. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm gonna go into some more stuff here because
Okay.
I think maybe it'll give us some better insight. So if you're fluid, you could feel sexually attracted to people of one gender, but develop a strong romantic feeling for people of another gender.
Okay.
You might. So here's a couple. Here's some examples. You might enjoy kissing and cuddling partners of one gender, but only having sex with people of another gender.
Hmm.
Or you
Okay.
enjoy a specific type of sex with one gender, but have different kinds of sex with other genders. And then if you
Oh.
develop romantic attachments with people of one gender and pursue physical relationships with people of other genders. So those are the three kind of examples that I found. So
Okay, well, obviously that's pretty much straightforward. Like if you're having sex with a man, you're not going to have the same sex if you're having it with a woman.
no, no, of course. I mean, yes. Um, I think kind of how I'm taking it would be that maybe you enjoy hand jobs from a man, but you prefer to penetrate a woman.
Okay.
Okay. Um, or oral sex from one, but something else from another. Like there, as far as sex being either like obviously yes, you wouldn't be like I enjoy vaginal sex with a man. Obviously, that's not going to happen.
Right.
And then at the same time, though, you have to consider other genders, right? Because again, we're kind of being who we are. We're getting caught into maybe the stereotype of man and woman, but then you could be maybe you prefer non-binary versus gender fluid, or I don't know. Like there's obviously also those. What we haven't gotten into is after sexuality we're going to get into genders, but there's 40, 50, 60, 70 genders or whatever. And so those obviously could crop up in there as well. I mean, I think when we think of examples, we obviously are thinking of man and woman.
Right.
So so enjoying kissing and cuddling partners of one gender but having sex with people
Hmm.
of another gender, that's easy enough. Like again, if we're gonna go just man woman, you could enjoy kissing and cuddling a man maybe because he wraps his arms around you more so, or but having sex with females because maybe you like the way they have sex. uh, or maybe as far as develop romantic attachments with people of one gender and pursue physical relationships with people of other genders, i I guess you have to disconnect, I guess, the romantic from the physical, and that maybe I guess it kind of sounds to me almost like the first one where you enjoy kissing and cuddling. I guess if that's romantic, or maybe you have a better time living with one gender and doing like the kissing and cuddling, but when it actually comes down to brass tacks of having sex, it's I want the other gender.
Right. Okay. So I actually found something on Fluid Men
Okay.
that kind of answers my questions from before. So it says some sexually fluid men may feel more resilient to talk about the range of attraction they experience, due part in part due to gender and sexual stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
So that like some men might actually be sexually fluid but are afraid to express it because of the stereotype that they're living, right?
Right.
And they might also avoid commenting on like muscular celebrities that they are attracted to, or hesitate to express closeness to a male best friend.
Right.
So like, you know how when I say like, oh, my celebrity girlfriend is,
Amanda
I
Seyfried.
mean, yes. And like you could say like you like Justin Timberlake, right? Like you think he's amazing, but you never really express like sexual feelings, but you think like he could do anything.
Right. I think,
But do
yeah,
you have a
because I
celebrity crush that would be a male?
that would be a male. I'd have to think about that one. I don't.
Oh,
I mean, I obviously we're doing this show and everything, but I obviously come from a background of you are a male. Here's how males act, and I'm trying to kind of course correct a little bit on that. But I don't know that I've ever let myself think about that. I've always assumed. I will say this: I've always assumed there would probably be a male that I'm like, that's a good looking dude. Ryan Reynolds is a good looking dude.
he is. Oh, he is a very
Right.
good looking dude.
I feel like I don't know, like, because again, if you go into the fluidity of it, right? Like, being attracted to a man for me doesn't mean that I want to have sex with him.
Right.
I might be okay cuddling with a guy or something like that. I don't know that I am. I don't think about it.
You wouldn't kiss Ryan Reynolds?
No, here's the thing.
Oh, I totally would.
No, no, of course you would. Of course you would. Um, so here's my. I think if I was going to be attracted to a man or kiss a man or cuddle, hug, whatever, I would want clean shaven. So I think that would be my caveat. Would be, it can be Ryan Reynolds, but he needs to be shaved.
All
Or
right.
what's
I'll make sure he shaves for you.
there's
We'll
another
see.
Ryan Gosling, also.
Ew.
No, no, okay,
No.
clean shaven Ryan Gosling because he's short, and I would feel
So?
no, because if I'm gonna cuddle someone else, I want them to be shorter. I feel like Ryan Reynolds would
Oh.
feel like
I think Ryan Reynolds might be the same height as you or
right,
taller.
yeah, and I think yeah.
You're getting a little awkward?
No, I'm
Feel a
trying to
little
think like if
uncomfortable?
I had because I'm trying to go celebrity,
Right.
right? Uh, and I
Okay, well, you
think
could just stick with Ryan Reynolds. I'll be more than happy to watch or get
okay,
involved if
good to know.
that ever
Ryan
happens.
Reynolds, if you're out there,
Ryan Reynolds, we'll have you on the
if you'll
show
come
or in
here,
person.
please shave your beard. We'll cuddle. Can't guarantee anything else. Ashley will watch. She's also gonna want to
I
get
will
involved though.
guarantee you much more.
Yeah, she will do much more. I am only willing to cuddle.
Now, another question that I was wondering,
Mhm.
like, is it okay to be more attracted to one gender than the other?
Yes, but I think the idea behind fluid would be that you can kind of. I oh, so the thing being, you could be fluid but consider yourself bisexual, because like it's kind of said there in the description where fluid kind of fits under bisexual.
Or it's part of the
It's
flag.
part of the flag. But it's all in what you could one day wake up and be like, I'm bisexual,
Right.
but okay. I'm trying to formulate my thought here. Or you could wake up one day and say, "Hey, I'm a lesbian or gay," and then the next day be like, "You know what? No, my bestie Ashley is crazy hot, and I think I would do stuff to her," and then be like, "But so maybe I'm a little fluid in that but only her. You know, maybe like
Right.
it would only be her. It wouldn't be any other one. I'm gay for
Okay.
every man, but I'm straight for her, but only her. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that would be kind of a fluid, whereas bisexual kind of maybe indicates an equality to the two sexes. I mean, not necessarily, right? Like,
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Like you're more likely to be attracted to more than one other person in
right. You're
that
more open, you
gender.
know, it maybe it's I'm super gay for all men, but I like brunettes if they're I like female brunettes. But that's it. Then maybe you would still consider yourself
Yes, he does.
fluid. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah. Well, the answer that I found online, it says most definitely yes. Attraction, like orientation, is something you can't control. You might feel more attracted to one gender for a while, then your attraction might shift elsewhere on the spectrum. Maybe you choose not to express or act on certain attractions, and that's okay. All the same, you typically can't pick and choose what part of the spectrum your attraction settles on at any given point in life.
Okay.
So I found that interesting because you can't just say, like, you know what, I'm going to be a lesbian today. Like
Right.
it's just how you actually feel.
Yeah.
Like when you wake up or whenever, or if you see someone that you are attracted to, like, ooh, she's
Right.
got nice boobs or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right. And I think well that kind of maybe fits in with fluid gender as well, where maybe today I feel like a woman, and then maybe today I feel like a man, or whatever, and maybe it is a I wake up and how am I feeling type thing.
Right.
I think that's pretty. I mean, if you are fluid sexually, obviously we would love to have you on the show and to talk to you and to kind of get a feeling. And that's the thing is, no one person can describe their experience the same as any other one person.
No, absolutely.
So again, you may get one fluid person who comes on and says, "Yeah, I am a female and I love cuddling with men, but I love having relations with women." And then the next one says the opposite, or no, I'm more attracted to non-binary people, but I like cuddling with women. I don't know. I'm stuck on cuddling. Cuddling is in my head. Um, so I think maybe yeah, no, I think having people on to talk about that would be awesome. Again, same with we need all 13 types of lesbians, and now we need all the different types of fluid sexuality people, because we only get smarter the more of you we meet.
So I also found that fluid sexuality can be with pansexual and bisexual people. So sexually fluid pansexual people might occasionally feel most attracted to people of one gender, then more attracted to different genders again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sexual fluid bisexual people might temporarily feel more attracted to one gender over another, but this won't permanently alter their overall attraction to the people of other genders. So, pansexuality, on the other hand, means that you might experience attraction to any person regardless of their gender, In other words, you're attracted to people of all genders.
Right. Any and all genders, so non-binary or
And bisexual doesn't mean the same thing to everyone. It typically recognizes as a fairly consistent attraction to two groups, people of their gender and people of other genders.
wait. I know we haven't done bisexual yet. So what that so I don't in my mind bisexual always meant you like men and women, but you could like women and some form of non-binary. So I just did. So that was a great discussion on fluid sexuality. Um,
Yeah.
I think we learned a little something that Ashley is fluid for Ryan Reynolds. Uh, it, no, or that I would be fluid for Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Gosling if they're shaved. Those are my conditions, guys. Those are the conditions. I know you're looking at this going, how do I get in on that? That's how. So I did the spin. Drum roll, please. And we are going to be doing Gray Romantic. So Ashley's having technical difficulties, but she just gave a look of what is that? And I agree also, what is that? But we're going to find out.
Sorry, what is it called again? Gray.
Gray Romantic.
Is this like the 50 Shades of Grey?
Maybe.
Do I have to watch all of the movies right
You
now?
might have to.
Okay.
There we are. So,
Okay, so
with
Gray,
that, Gray Romantic.
Romantic.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So next week, Gray Romantic. Be sure to watch us on YouTube. Listen to our podcast on all the podcasting apps except for Apple, because I haven't gotten around to that yet. Because it's hard. Apple, why do you make it so hard? So with that, I'm Clint. She's Ashley because her mic's not working again. Thanks again for listening. And again, if you're any one of these sexualities, please come see us. Follow Ashley right there under Rainbow Pod on Twitter. And hook up with her. Not that way. Unless it's Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. Or, a female. Okay. So thanks again for listening. Have a great week. Bye-bye.